Hey. Welcome back to Breathe If You Agree.
What's happening?
I'm Julian.
Hey, what's happening? You know? Oh my God, they did.
Hey, what's happening?
They played that song on Friday night at Loose. Loose, I feel
Pass
like
That
when
Dutch?
they played Pass That Dutch.
Love.
Or maybe it was
Can't
played
wait.
in my head.
I can't wait for Missy Elliott at Coachella. I hope there's a trash can by me during that song so I can,
you can flip into
trip
it.
into it.
Yeah.
Would be so fun.
That. I don't know why, but that song, I feel like 10 years after it came out and after Mean Girls, I rediscovered it like in high school. Or no, I guess we were in college. I don't even know. But there was like a 3-month period where I was just playing it around like, ooh.
Listen up, everyone. We have been just informed of an unknown virus that's attacking all clubs.
Me during COVID.
If you experience heavy breathing while dancing, run for cover,
motherfucker.
So
exactly.
good.
No, it's very much like a thing that like throws me out there. Which honestly, also given that Mayhem just came out, Mayhem, woo.
Pause up.
Should pause up. By the way, really quickly before I go back to the point that I'm distracting myself from, one of my favorite things to do that I haven't done in so long is when we're like at a bar, or I think you might remember I did this like years ago. It's like we'll just be dancing in the thing, and I'll just like very like seriously like put my paw up and just like stare out and be like, yes, yeah, kind of like, you know, that unfortunately that like kid who went to conversion therapy as, you know, the one who's like, pause up, little monsters. Oh, yeah, very sad. But kind of like that, like, and I'd put it up, and then I would just like wait for all these other gays to be like, yes. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm fucking with you. Even though I do love Gaga. But no, a song similar to Pass That Dutch for me that kind of re-entered the sphere of my brain recently was Dance in the Dark. Silicone. Like me walking down Beverly.
Inject me, baby. I'm a free.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Meanwhile, and I'm just like walking like, yes, everything's perfectly fine. The minute the song stops, I'm like sad again.
A bit of a try. You know what song? Not Gaga, but Love Gaga, obviously. But right now that's
Love
back
Her Down.
Love Her Down. Love Mother Down. But I would say right now something that's just come back into my playlist is Breaking Dishes by Rihanna.
I don't know.
I'm breaking dishes all night. I won't. You don't know that one?
No, I don't know that
See
one.
police and lights.
No,
I'm a
never heard of
fighter man tonight. I'm a fighter man.
Never.
I'm a man. You are
Yeah.
kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Were you never not a Rihanna fan?
No, were you never not?
Were you
I'm
never
a huge
a Rihanna
Rihanna fan. I love Rihanna.
You're
I don't know
not.
Breaking
You're a liar.
Dishes.
You don't know that song.
I'm kind of like, you know, I love her singles. I don't know her albums. I mean, I know Loud.
That is very intriguing news.
Yeah. I'm about to get canceled.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I love Rihanna. Love her down. By the way, speaking of breaking dishes, I just saw a fucking hilarious TikTok where this girl was talking about how high she got that she thought that she was folding dishes. I was like, yes, queen. Mama.
I have not experienced that yet, but I'm down to try.
Yeah, me too. By the way, Mother Gaga. Welcome to Mayhem. Mayhem.
We are in our Mayhem era.
We are Mayhem, which honestly we kind of are in our Mayhem era. We can talk about that after we talk about that about the album, but love the album. Very fun. I need to listen more. I need to do my job.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, of course, love Mother. To be honest, this is not my favorite album of hers,
That's okay.
I love it.
Yeah, like honestly.
No, I do. I'm like excited for it to keep growing and keep listening. I think, to be completely honest, and love Mother and everything she gives us, I'm so happy that she released this.
Me when I'm a baby.
Time with the weather. What'd you say?
Me when I'm a baby. Love Mother. Love everything that she gives us.
No,
Goo Gaga.
I just think maybe a little bit. I was expecting more Disease and Abracadabra.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just going to take a few moments for my mind to kind of like recalibrate. But I'm like really Garden
I'm
of
ready.
Eden.
Garden of Eden, Killa, Zombie Boy.
Killa, her SNL performance of Killa.
Unfucking believable.
And Abracadabra was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no. I mean, she kind of like reclaimed the stage. Like not saying she lost it. I'm saying like sometimes like SNL performances I'm like, oh, this is a little weak. I was like, the one thing about that bitch is she's a fucking performer. She is an artist.
Yeah. I didn't feel like I was watching SNL.
No, me neither.
I always
no shade to SNL.
No shade. No, I mean like performance.
But quickly they got to like turn it around. Yeah, absolutely. But no, I'm.
Oh, sorry. You go.
No. I actually had nothing to say.
I was just gonna say I always credit Paris Hilton as like my first like queen almost like. Yeah. But Gaga was my first like music queen like as someone watching her and being like, oh my gosh, like
yes.
I want to be like that. I want to be as free and as different and like really, really inspired me to be myself.
Yeah, for sure. Born This Way came out a year to the day that I came out, and I was like, this was made for me. I was like, definitely a moment in my life where I was like, fuck, I'm so glad that I'm gay. You know what I mean? Like, and
my gosh.
She helped guide that.
That was such a huge... I remember in 6th grade, I remember in show choir being obsessed with her. Right at the beginning, the first time I ever saw her in concert was in Minnesota with my cousins at a Jingle Ball. And she was either first or second, but it was when she was doing Love Game and Poker Face and Just Dance. And she had the like crystal thing with the glasses. And that was with the white bang and severe blunt cut. Like, I remember just being so enthralled. And for the Fame Ball, I remember the Fame Ball, the first like kind of...
The Monster Ball? Or the Fame Ball?
I think it was...
I don't know.
The Fame Ball came first.
Yeah.
I believe, which was her first tour, like bigger tour, I believe, that I went to. And I actually... My dad surprised me and my friend. I got to meet Lady Gaga.
Oh my God.
I have a picture. And she told me not to cry because I was like, you are like so special to me and like all this. And she was like, don't cry. You're going to smear your glitter. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, love
She's
you.
Like, don't cry. You're going to look really fucking gay.
I know. She was like, can you stop?
She's like, hey, if you have a podcast one day, like make sure not to cry on it. Make sure not to cry on that podcast
because you're gonna smear your glitter. But I remember too going to like an 18+ club and entering a dance competition to Lady Gaga, and I do have a video of this on YouTube. Actually, someone sent it to me recently because I made a video that Lady Gaga responded to, or she commented.
I remember that. Yeah.
She's
up in those TikToks. She's on TikTok. She's an active TikTok
online.
user. And by the way, you know how everyone's always like, "Oh, it's their team." I'm like, no. She's scrolling. She's scrolling. She's finding the time.
She's reposting.
She's just like me.
Totally. I mean, like,
totally,
it's like when you like release, like, think of us like putting stuff on our stories, and then like the next day, like watching our stories back like 800 times, being like, oh my God, what a fun night. Releasing an album of work that like the entire world.
I would want to be part of the conversation.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
I'm like, I am the conversation, bitch. I am the conversation.
I'm starting the conversation.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard this?
Yeah, entering the chat. No, but I'm excited. I'm excited for this era. I'm excited to like listen to the album more, spend more time with it. Honestly, it's like, as gay people, we are all unemployed, so our job is actually to listen to Mayhem.
Totally.
Not to speak for the masses, but to speak for the masses. I don't know. By the way, for our straight listeners, if any of you are out there, did you know that gay people don't have to work?
They have to work.
They have to work. The boots. They just laid the house down. Yeah, my work for the weekend was, oh my God, I'm so back in my Finsta era. Oh, are you?
Oh my gosh, you are. You've been posting on that.
Literally, I know, yesterday. And don't come looking for it. I will not accept you unless... I don't know. Maybe no. This is for the girls and the girls only. I mean, you're all my girls, but there's some shit on there that like cannot get out. Not like offensive, but I'm just like, I don't need people to see this. But no, I'm so back in my Finsta era, and that was my job yesterday. Was like cultivating like a Finsta post, and I was just like, this is so fun. I can't believe that I stopped posting on my Finsta for like 3 years. I feel like I entered a relationship, and then all of a sudden I was just like, oh, I don't need to post on my Finsta anymore, and that's not how life should be lived. Like, not that relationship was stopping me from it whatsoever. I was just kind of like, wait, this is fun, and I love doing this, and it's just like, it's so silly. It's fun to be silly on the internet with no repercussion.
Totally. I have never had a Finsta or a close friends on Instagram.
Yeah, I definitely use the shit out of all that, all features. Do I have close friends?
Do you on close friends?
My close friends on my Instagram. This is funny, just because like my
Am
close
I on
friend,
it?
of course. Fuck you.
I don't know if I've ever seen a green story from you.
Because I'm constantly posting my close friends.
Oh,
My close
maybe I'm
friends
just,
is
like,
just
not looking.
My close friends is like, oh.
If it's green, you know what I'm saying? The green line. I just think it's your story, and I'm just skipping like usual.
You're like, oh, right. I have you blocked. Oh, blocked, muted, deleted. You just leave the podcast right now.
Exactly.
No. I post on my close friends a lot. I have like a lot of people on my close friends because I feel like because it's like I have some followers.
A lot of
a lot of friends. But I just want like that's more my like I'm not. I mean, unfortunately, I think it's always upsetting because people see a green circle and they're like, yes, we're gonna finally see his booty lips, and it's just like me being like, I just went to the store, So I got my story, which is public for like all the girls, close friends, which is kind of just like me just chatting, and then my Finsta, which is dick balls. No, it's not, but it's fun to be back on there, and so because I wanted to do a post in regards to our Friday night. Which was mayhem,
which was so fun. I will say, I hope if anybody did end up going, I hope you had fun.
Yes.
It was. I don't know if this is anything to do with me, but it was the highest attended selling loose. They
honestly
shut it down.
I was just about to come over here.
Shut the doors.
They shut the doors down. I was about to come on here and be like, do not come. Do not come. This is literally. I texted
Did I say
a guy
stand there and look stupid? No, I said burn it.
I literally texted a guy on Friday night. This guy was like, "Hey, like, should I come?" And I was like, he saw the line when we walked in, and I just texted him. I looked at the next morning. He says, "Do not come." I like no follow up text. No, it's literally
do not come.
Do not come. It's like do not come. I thought about that the next morning, but no, it was so fun. It was just so fucking packed. It was mayhem. It really was mayhem. Like the theme was mayhem, which, as we know, famously, I didn't realize that the mayhem theme was because of the album. I just thought that the theme was mayhem, but it was mayhem. And I honestly that night like was reminding me. I mean, like I do want to discuss a little bit more about this, just about like life in general and whatnot. But just when you're around your fucking people, like we had such a fun pregame. We have such a wonderful, incredible group of like fun and diverse and like different like personalities, friends, and like what a fucking gift. Like I know that a night out is like just a night out, but I really woke up this weekend so hungover. But on top of that, I also woke up just with like so much like love in my heart and like happiness and combined with, and I want to keep talking about Luce and we can talk into this next, but combined in with this fact of like me feeling like I'm coming back into myself slowly and surely, but knock on some fucking wood. That's why I feel like I keep telling friends like knock on wood, like I'm feeling okay again. Yeah. Knock on wood, because obviously, grief and loss and sadness comes in waves. Totally. But like that just kind of like catapulted it, because I was just like, wow, I'm so fucking lucky. Like I get to live this wonderful life with all these wonderful people. And then outside of that too, I get to go to this event where I run into a million people I know. I meet a million other wonderful people. Everyone's just in a good fucking mood. And it's like, I think as Stones was saying on the podcast last weekend too, that like queer joy is like a radical act right now. And I think just with what's going down in the world, I just was like, fuck yeah. Like this is great. We're like, everything is shit right now, but like there are the joys of life. And
of course.
I think it's like in this chapter of my life am leaning into that in a way that I'm like, maybe I should have been leaning into that more before, like totally. Recognizing, I think when you're like in a consistent space or like time in your life, it's really easy to like forget to like recognize those like really good moments or like the small things that are just like that do bring you so much joy, because you're just kind of like, well, of course they do, like that's whatever. But it's like, no, I want to be actively. I was talking about this with my aunt. Sorry, I'm ranting.
No, please. I love it.
I was talking about this with my aunt last week about how like this is the year of like really leaning into like the simple joys of life. And I think it's really easy to just get caught up in your life in this like circle of like, well, of course, like that's a consistent thing. Of course I'm having fun. Of course I have great friends. Of course, whatever. And it's like, no, it's good to pause and think about those things, because it's such a relief, and it's such a fucking pleasure, and it's just such a gift. And yeah, I love Luce.
Love Luce. And no, I feel the exact same way. Like right now, especially, like I know in times of hardship or just like personal struggle, I like turn to myself almost, like I want to be alone a lot of the times, and And I know that's not always the best way to go about it, but it's just sometimes how I feel best working. But I will say it's such a nice reminder. It's like when you're like, ugh, I don't want to go to the gym. And then you're like, it's the struggle of going there, right?
Yeah.
So it's like even times where it's like, ugh, I want to be alone. But it's like, no, I want to see my friends. Because it's also like, I am in a time too where I realize I'm like, I am sad about someone who did not want to spend time with me or like did not, like cherish how I cherish them. And then it's like, why am I like avoiding the people who do feel that way? Right. Like my friends and like people who you love so much, who love you and like respect your time and your energy and want to be part of your life. It's like, oh my gosh, like, sometimes it sucks to realize that, right? That you're like, why am I shutting those people out?
Right.
And just like wishing for whatever. But like in these moments of friendship and like being in queer spaces that is so fucking rad. It's so cool and just like enjoyable and like such a safe space that is so sacred and like close to our hearts. Even though like loose or just like going to WeHo or going to the east side or just like cultivating joy with your friends and like dancing and just like being present. I think that's like really something that's been really special lately, but also difficult because being present is like feeling the emotions that are what's happening right now and going through those, but also allowing the space for those amazing opportunities and moments with friends in the present as well. So like being able to feel what you're feeling in life and just continue to feel those things, but also feeling the love and other emotions too from different aspects of life that kind of balance each other out and as we ebb and flow. Totally.
Yeah, no, I think I completely agree with what you're saying. It's like to a couple of your points, it's like one, it's like why am I allowing so much space and spending so much of my emotional energy on investing in someone when like who has basically shown me that they don't really want me around or don't love me for who I am, which also like I think I'm a bad fucking bitch, you know what I mean?
Totally.
That when there are the other people around, but also like that what you're saying about the present, like I think that's what's something I've been struggling with like a lot in the past like month or so is like fuck, like I really am dealing with what I'm dealing with, right? Like I'm grieving and I'm sad and I'm feeling all the emotions and I'm crying and I'm having fucking panic attacks and breakdowns, but I'm feeling it. And like by feeling it, I'm working through it. And I think that's something I was thinking about with like Loose, but also just like what's been going on recently, like my 30s versus my 20s, right? Like, it's, oh, your 20s are so fun and your 30s are so this. And I'm like, girl, no, my 30s, like when I went through something big in my 20s, it was like the end of the world, most difficult thing I've ever done. Like I didn't have a handle on myself. I was so self-conscious. I thought the worst things about myself. And also like, going out, I was like, oh, whatever. But like, you just don't like, you don't even really fully know your people yet, whatever. Your 30s are great. Your 30s are fucking awesome. Like, I feel like another thing is that like, oh my God, I'm going through this huge change in my 30s. It's like, I'm old. And it's like, first of all, no, I'm not old. Like I'm young. And also I feel so much more equipped to like handle myself and also like healthily work through and process things that are happening to me and the thoughts that I'm having, as big and difficult as they are. I feel so much more equipped, and like also that sense of self is there so much more of just like, and like also the ability, like I was saying, to look at the joys. I'm like, I look around and I'm like, okay, I'm going through this terrible thing, and of course I need to grieve, and of course I need to be sad, and like whatever. But I have like the best people. I have a great life. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm this. I'm that. And also like I'm a fucking wonderful, great person. And I think everyone. I'm not saying like Nick Lehman is. I'm saying like anyone about yourself. Like you got to just recognize that what is within is like wonderful, and you have so much to offer, and people who don't want that don't deserve your time or energy.
Oh my gosh. And like, obviously too, just to tack onto that, like they do not provide your worth like that.
No,
like, right. Or like literally. And it's hard. It's sometimes really, really hard to even, to make sense of that. Really. To like
to
look
come
in
terms
yourself.
to,
Of course, like we can say it here now, but there are times I struggle too, just being like, oh, what somebody said or anything, or just like how they made you feel, or anybody or a situation or anything, but just like letting that
goes into friends and family too. It's like literally or work, or colleagues, whatever. It's just it could be.
Don't let it dictate the present or like what's to come, and like shutting those things out and shutting yourself down to opportunities or people and places and experiences and memories and things like that. Just letting, I don't know, just being present and being good to yourself.
And I think we've both leaned into which I love, is we've leaned into like we've become like yes men. Like we're just like, yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that thing. Yes, I'll go to that lunch. Yes, I'll go to that party. Yes, I'll go to that dinner. Yes, like you'll come over for coffee on a random morning when we would never do that before. Like, yes, this, yes, that. And I'm just like, I went out on a Wednesday like 2 weeks ago for a Survivor watch party, which like for me, I was like, oh my God, not being in bed at 9 p.m. And I was so glad I did it. And it's also so funny because there were like 300 people out where I was. And I was like, how are there so many people outside their house? And everyone else was like, Nick, people do things on weekdays. I was like, oh my
weekdays,
God.
People are fierce on weekdays.
People are popping.
You know,
people are popping their pussies.
In Paris Hilton's How to Be an Heiress, one of like my favorite books, and it was like honestly in the turn cycle. What is that? In the rotation of like Boxcar Children, and then it was like How to Be an Heiress. But in Boxcar or Treehouse, Magic Treehouse.
Oh yeah.
Boxcar Children. That's a book though.
I don't know.
Boxcar Children.
I feel like I must be honest. You're saying just words right now, and I'm just going.
The Boxcar Children. Yeah, it's a book series. Okay, but
well, I don't know how to read, so thanks for that.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say in that book it says never go out on the weekends. You should always go out on the weekdays.
Oh,
not
interesting.
That we ever.
No. By the way, I want to. I want to also preface this with like I think a wonderful
weekends
night.
Are cool.
Weekends are great. Yeah. I am definitely a weekend girly. But no, I was like, hold on, I'm gonna clap for myself. Saturday night, I sat on FaceTime with our friend Kit, and we were like, for 2 hours, we were like, should we go out? Should we go out? Should we go out? Like, we had such a big night on Friday, and it was like, well, I don't know, like, should we, whatever. And we were like, so proud of ourselves for being like, you know what? We're going to stay in. The way that I woke up the next morning, first of all, feeling much better than I would have had I got out.
Totally.
But the pride that I had, I was like, I went to the gym. I was like already socializing with my aunt. Yeah, family time, bitch. At like 9:30. Yeah, I have an aunt and we talk. Yeah. Just a shout out Susie. But no, it was 9:30 in the morning. The way that I was strutting around my apartment, like getting my backpack together. Yeah, I also have a backpack, and like taking a shower and like walking around these streets was like, you bitches could fucking never. Mind you, 24 hours previously, I was like, until like 5 a.m. Literally.
Totally.
I went up to Juliet at 3-ish on Saturday or Friday night after Loose, and I was like, will you please take me home?
I was like, I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah. And I was like, put my address in. I was like, please, sir, get me out of here. I don't know why.
It was definitely time to go.
It was definitely time to go, but it was like it was. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I really am saying knock on wood. But totally. The way that I am feeling about my life, as confusing and unpredictable as it is, I just am feeling so much more positivity, and that is such a relief. Like I think that there's this, like, when you're in a low moment, no matter what you're going through, there's always that concern of like, will I be okay? 2, will I be happy again? And am I saying that I'm like happy and like the best and like that? Not at all. But the way that I'm carrying myself, these past 7 days but it's a process, and it's like working through that is, I think that's another thing that's so fucking important. If I have any piece of advice for anyone in the world, no matter what you're going through, is like, deal with those emotions head on immediately. Don't avoid the pain or the grief or the sadness or the reality of your situation, because I've always been that type of person where it's like I'm gonna, I think a lot of people can like push their feelings off or avoid it. Bitch, it always fucking comes back. Thinking that you are gonna deal with some big change in your life, and it's just if you just don't do it, or you throw yourself into something else, or you just fly somewhere, or you take a trip, or you go on a vacation, or you move to a new city, that shit's always gonna follow you. Like it's always gonna be there. So I think as difficult as it is, I think the people who really succeed in their lives are the people who, when something bad happens that a normal person would react to in a negative way and have negative feelings about it, lean into that shit. Because as awful as it is and as painful as it is, it really does make, I think, the recovery period or the however long it takes, it makes it just, you're able to like then move on with your life and or just like start really healing, because pushing it off is just like, it's also, you don't even realize when you're pushing it off that it's still under there. Like it's still part of you.
And to go with that, obviously, I totally agree, but like obviously it's human nature to like push it off sometimes.
For sure.
Like, sometimes like
100%.
to push those things away.
Yeah.
But like I agree. I feel like I am finding the balance of doing that, and also like the trips and the things that like take your mind off of it, but also, like we said earlier, just like recognizing when those feelings do come about and like being able to be present, and then also just like reassessing where right now it's such a different place than you were last week or the
last
day
week,
before,
6
anything.
days ago. Yeah. No, and sorry, I didn't mean, I also want to reiterate that I wasn't being like, don't go on that trip or don't do that thing. I meant more so like when people are just like fully like, everything's perfectly fine and nothing's wrong, like that. Because no, we're going to San Francisco. We're going to San Francisco.
Trust and believe, we both do that, but it is like something that I think we are trying to do less.
Yeah.
Because we are finding that in these moments of life, that in the times that are the most difficult are the ones that are making the most strides forward.
Yeah. No, so it
but
feels
change
good.
is difficult.
But change is difficult, and I guess this kind of is our mayhem era.
It is our mayhem era, and we are going on a trip next week.
We are
so
going on a trip.
Plenty of
We're
talking
gonna have
about.
plenty to talk about, and our
talk about.
San Francisco. By the way, I also daylight savings. We're so fucking back. Last night at 8 p.m. I was what?
I was just saying LOL because Nick was like daylight saving. I was like, when did that happen?
Yeah. Julian goes, when does that happen? I go, girl, it happened. He goes, today. I was like, no, literally. But I mean, we were asleep. That's why.
Yeah, totally.
We were asleep. Did you not feel like something was off yesterday at all? Were you not like, oh, it's lighter? Or were you not like, I lost an hour? Because when it was like 8 p.m. for me, I was like, I feel like the day's about to end and I haven't done anything, and I can't believe that this is
at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. At like 8.
I guess I was just kind of like taking a slow day anyway. That I was just like la 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 la.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I watched White Lotus.
You were just like la 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 la.
La, 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 la. And then I watched White Lotus, and then I was like, "Oh, T, like I'm tired."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that is like kind of how humans, I think, should be. It's like, just like listening to your body.
Yeah,
watching White Lotus and listening to your body.
What is a clock?
What is a clock? By the way, time is just a construct. I don't know if you guys have heard that before, but yeah, you heard it here first. But yeah, no, but I'm. Yeah.
Isn't there a thing about like taking daylight savings away because it's like for the farmers?
Because it causes it was for farmers, and also like apparently it causes the 1 hour switch causes a 25% increase in the likelihood of a heart attack. Which don't ask me. There are more car crashes. Suicide rates go down. Which I understand, like more light is a good thing.
Oh, for sure.
I don't understand. Also, Trump. I'm not gonna give him any fucking airtime on this podcast, but he's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Should I just end it there? No, but he apparently with daylight savings or whatever, because you know how there's standard time and daylight savings. So like, people have always been lobbying to like. I forget if it's like eliminated or whatever, but basically so that it just like stays light later, right? He was like, I'm gonna do the opposite. Like, keep it darker forever. And I was just like, get this fucking child. I don't even want to talk about him. I don't want to do it. Hey, sister.
Hey, you're dumb.
Hey, you're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. You know what? You sit. I hope you avoid all of your pain and it catches up to you. Exactly. You're dumb. You're done.
Yeah, and we're doing San Francisco, and then tomorrow I'm going to Nashville for 3 days, which is exciting.
So fun. Are you gonna get some hot chicken?
I literally am only there. I'm going for a work trip, but I'm literally only obligated for 2 hours on Wednesday. So for the event.
Oh my God. Well, hold on. I'm gonna need to see you eating some, because I feel like every restaurant has like Nashville hot chicken outside of Nashville. So I feel like you need to get Nashville hot chicken.
No, I think I'm gonna do like a few. I mean, like I have the whole day tomorrow, which is exciting, and Wednesday, and I think I'm gonna go out Wednesday night. There's a gay bar there. It's pretty famous. I feel like
fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like, it's like the yes thing. It's like, I'm going, and
why the
just,
hell
like, taking
not
for what it is, and then get back Thursday, and then go to San Francisco Friday.
Hell yeah! By the way, if you're in San Francisco, we'll be there.
See you.
We'll see you. We will. Randomly, we'll be out at like gay spaces. So come find us. Come find us.
We're trying something new.
We're just gonna lean into. We're leaning into the queerness.
And other than our trip, we're about to take another fucking amazing trip. You know where that is, to the Eternal Sunshine Deluxe album, which is our March 28th, which is so.
I saw that. Also, the cover photo of her like ascending, I was like, this is literally me. This is literally me.
And you know what? We get 6 new songs.
Oh fuck! I didn't even know that. I was listening to Eternal Sunshine today because I got so excited, and also because like, damn, that album she's hitting.
If you haven't listened to Eternal Sunshine, please do. But I will also recommend you listen to the live album of Eternal Sunshine that she recorded.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, both just like works of art, but that really has been so special. I mean, there's 2 different versions of We Can't Be Friends. There was one for Grammy consideration that was released that was acoustic, and then a separate one for the acoustic. I will say I like the Grammy one that she released first in that acoustic sense, but literally every single thing. I can't wait for the 6. We just celebrated a year of Eternal Sunshine.
Happy 1 year.
And wow, I can't wait. 6 new songs is like invigorating.
That's like half the album. I'm so excited. And honestly, now I feel like I had my I've been listening to my Eternal Sunshine in the way that I need it now. You know what I mean? And I don't know why, but I'm just feeling that these next 6 songs are gonna be like the next chapter of my healing era.
Totally.
So, and they're coming at a great time. Apparently, Mercury's in retrograde or something like that. My friend was texting me yesterday about something that's going on in my life, and she's like, "Yeah, and Venus is this, and Mercury is that." Speaking of Venus, Gaga. But I was
Venus.
like. Yes. Whenever that astrology stuff happens, I'm normally like, I don't know anything about this, but when someone tells me that it applies to a situation in my life, I'm like, girl, I love astrology.
I wonder if she does that on purpose, though. Like, she's doing that retrograde because like the whole
the Saturn return and
right.
Yes,
if it was like having to do with the moon and the stars and
I also like the idea that like she made all of these songs before, and maybe she had someone that she was working on, but she's done more of her own personal healing, and now she was like, this feels completed now. Like it didn't feel like completed. Oh my God, I can't. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my God, I can't wait. Well, there's a lot. This is the thing. There's a lot of good coming, and there's a lot of good already happening through, mind you, all the bad that's happening, which we are completely aware of, and we are here for you, whatever. But there are things to look forward to, things to be excited about, and most of those come from within you, and we hope you know that. Yes, and we love you so much. Thank you for listening, and we can't wait till next week. We'll tell you all the tea. We're coming. By the way, I think an intention for this weekend in San Francisco is we have to come back with some fucking stories for the podcast for our listeners that that'll be gagged. Gagged, mama, gagged and gooped. And gagged, gooped, gaga. We love you guys. Exactly. Love you so much. Thanks for listening. Happy week. Bye.